Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. This is your home for organic Bible study, artisanally made, handled responsibly, and locally sourced. It's fresh and delicious. It's just for you. So come on in here to the Bible Bistro, sit down with me, open your Bible up, and let's get something going here with a little Bible study. This is only 5 minutes, that's what we do here, 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, studying the Psalms verse by verse. Yesterday we started Psalm 113, so if you have your Bible, why don't you open up there. Psalm 113 is it's a little catechism, really. It has two questions and it has an answer for each. The answers are long form. They're not short form answers. These are longer answers. But the questions, we find them right in the middle of the psalm. Actually, the entire psalm floats around the axle of one question there in verse 5. And so we'll get to that tomorrow. We'll talk about the questions. There's one question really, one major question, one minor question. And these two questions build the remainder of the psalm out, up and down. So we'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow, how that's framed. Yesterday we looked at the name of the Lord. The name is praiseworthy, it's blessed, and it's eternal. Today we're going to talk about the name of the Lord again, but this time the greatness of that name is compared to something that we see every day. Look at verses 3 and 4 with me. From the rising of the sun and to the going down of the same, the Lord's name is to be praised. The Lord is high above all nations, and his glory above the heavens. All right? So what are we comparing the Lord to here? Well, we're comparing him to the sun. From the rising of the sun to the going down of the same. Again, I tell you, this is the kindergarten section, because if we walk outside holding the hand of our little 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 6-year-old, and we tell them, look up at the sky and see how the sun moves from one end to the other. That is how great God's name is. It is like the sun. There's nowhere, anywhere that the sun shines, from the rising of the sun to the setting of the sun, from the rising in the east to the setting in the west, there's no place that it is not appropriate for us to praise the name of the Lord. That's how great God's name is. That's how great he is. And then we continue that analogy in verse 4. The Lord is high above all nations. Well, what's above all the nations of the world? The sun is. And his glory above the heavens. Well, what else do we see that has a glory? The sun does. And it's way, way up there in the heavens. But God's glory, the glory of his name, is even greater than that. The Lord is above all the nations of the earth, just like the sun is, but he's even greater than that. And his glory is above all that. So we point to that item in nature, and we make it a metaphor for how great God is, because that's one way in which we can describe his greatness. So we're training ourselves and our children with this kind of language. His name is praiseworthy, blessed, and eternal. His name is to be praised no matter where, because just like the sun, from one end to the other, that's where the name of the Lord is appropriate to be praised. His name is so great that it's above all the nations, just like that sun. And his glory, just like that sun's glory, is above all the heavens. So it's even greater than the sun's glory, because God's glory is above all that. So we're training ourselves, we're training our children using these very simple, direct things that are at hand. These analogies of things that are at hand to teach us about the greatness of God. Now tomorrow we're going to look at verses 5 and 6. These are the questions in our catechism, and we'll see those tomorrow, and I hope that you'll join me then here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.